Hello again and welcome to EarthStock 2024. Today we're on the wellness wave of this beautiful week that started with women and youth and took us through visions and into governance and finance. And now we're here speaking about how do we take care of ourselves as we take care of the planet, so that we're taking care of the future. So this wellness and healing perspective is so important, as many of us say that peace comes from the inside out, and we need a good, strong, well body, mind, heart, and soul to be the change agents that we want to be in this world and that the world needs us to be. So we have two amazing activities, presentations for you today. The first will be Dan Spinner with Biofield Awareness, helping us learn to tune in and connect and use the invisible biofield around us to make a big difference in our own lives and that of others. And then also we'll be having our Amplify Each Other's Light Sisterhood on after that. So let's introduce Dan Spinner. Dan is a friend and mentor of mine, who's offering his time generously to the field. He's listening to his intuition and saying, here's where I think I can help. And it's been a real blessing in my life, really bringing me, raising me up in my vision and confidence in the world. And so Dan's the founder of Biofield Awareness, being the senior executive of a number of NGOs, including universities and hospitals, and has helped raise over $300 million. With his more traditional work, Dan's been the CEO of the Deepak Chopra Foundation and a senior advisor to the SLM Institute. Dan has his black belt in Aikido, so you don't mess with him, and also is a certified teacher in light body meditation. He conducts a new experimental class called Biofield Movement, and a forthcoming class this fall on Biofield Connections in September. Dan authors and publishes books based on the exploration of the biofield, such as the Wake Up Trilogy, and the third book will be called Wake Up in Community. It's expected to be published soon. So thank you for being here, Dan. It's a pleasure to have you on the show. Welcome.
Thank you, Karen. I'm very delighted to be here with you all.
Great. So I'm going to pass it right over to you to take us into what you're learning and teaching about the biofield awareness.
Thank you, Karen. First thing I'd like you to do is put your hands up just around your body, just about here, anywhere that's comfortable. And I want you to imagine and maybe even feel that there's energy from your body emanating out at least your hands and arms, if not far beyond. Scientists are calling this the biofield. In 1991-92, National Institutes of Health decided that was the term. Now, as you do that, take your hands and bring them in a little bit. Get a little tight. And now open it up again. And as you open it up, breathe. Just breathe. Nice and deep. Turns out we can expand our biofields. They're not fixed. They're flexible. They're organic. They emerge. Okay, you can let them down. Now, of course, this is not a new concept. It's just a new name for an old concept. The ancients have been talking about energy fields for thousands and thousands of years. Different cultures, different language, but the same point. And it's summed up very nicely by my good friend, Dr. Shamini Jain, who's one of the world's leading researchers in the biofield, that says we do not end at our skin. Think about that. We do not end in our skin. One of the assumptions in our culture, very dangerous assumption, is that we're actually separate from one another, separate from all things, separate from the planet. We know the results of that kind of thinking. But what we're finding out scientifically, as well as energetically, is it's not true. In fact, the opposite is true. Because these biofields, these strange energies that emanate from our bodies, some call it an aura, et cetera, seem to be connected to everybody else's biofield. And if we're talking about wellness today, think about this. If you're not even aware or not working with or aware of your energy field, your biofield, you can get into all kinds of trouble with yourself, with others, because This seems to be what we're discovering. I have a biofield and you have a biofield. Our biofields are being shared and meeting right now, even virtually. And certainly when we're with one another physically. Energy healers know this well, of course. But if I have a biofield and you have a biofield and we have a biofield, but we don't know it, we get entangled. We get twisted and turned and caught up in the other person's story and drama and emotions by the biofield. Now, in terms of wellness, we're learning something very interesting. As you become aware of your biofield, you can manage it. You can influence it. You're not a victim to your biofield, just like you're not a victim to your body. If your body is an intimate connection to your biofield, it can also help you understand your body. There's all kinds of research going on that shows you can tune up your biofield through different mechanisms, and it can affect your body dramatically, and vice versa. As your body's going, so it reflects in your biofield. You might not realize this, but there's been over 9,000 peer-reviewed studies of science on the biofield and subtle energy in the past decade or two. It's amazing. If you're interested in the research, I'll put it in the chat and you can check an organization I've been connected with that leads a lot of this research. But here's the main thing. If I'm not aware of my biofield, I can't do anything to expand it and open it because I don't even know it's there. Now, I think most people have moments in their lives where they kind of know something intuitive. They kind of feel a connection with another person or a group, or even if they're lucky, their family, but they don't have language for it. They don't have understanding for it. Think about the classic shared biofield, which is the family. We're doing experiments with families now around biofield awareness that shows that the more aware a family becomes of their energy fields, including the kids, the more harmonious they can become. And we're doing the same thing with some businesses with some very interesting results. So I want you to think about the biofield as yet another level of awareness and tools to help you become whole and healthy and live in harmony both with yourself and with others. Now, the course we're doing in September is very interesting because we're combining it, the biofield work that I do, with traditional Chinese medicine and mindfulness, because we're finding that they're all connected. If you know anything about traditional Chinese medicine, TCM, it says that the organs and how they relate to one another controls the flow of what the Chinese call qi, the Japanese call ki, life force energy. Well, I've learned it from my colleagues who are experts in that it's identical to the elements and flow of the biofield, which is all made up of qi and ki. So we not only have ki and qi flowing in us, as the Chinese have said for thousands of years, we have it flowing all around us. That's amazing. Now, let me take it one step further, just to pique your interest. Let's not assume as human beings, let's not be anthropomorphic, that if we have biofields, we're the only thing on the planet with a biofield. How could that actually be? Research is actually showing now that trees have energy fields, that animals have energy fields, that insects, that everything that you can imagine has its own energy field. Well, think about what that means. That means how we're interacting with our natural environment. That great feeling you get with your nature is not just philosophical and psychological, it's energetic. You can actually feel the ocean if you're standing in front of it or swimming in it. You can feel the energy of a mountain. You can feel the excitement energy of a bunny rabbit running by, et cetera, et cetera. So think about the biofield as the way in which we may actually be connected, literally connected through all these frequencies and patterns and rhythms. And if that's true, and it seems to be true, how much fun is that? I mean, what are we going to be able to discover together? I mentioned families and a shared biofield, but think about a community, your town, your neighborhood, your city, a group you belong to, a business you're in. If that's a shared biofield, and research seems to show it is, what does that mean? What does it mean for the tone and quality? I think you might experience this as what some people call the culture. You walk into a certain business and it feels good. And you walk into another business and it feels bad. What is that? It's not just the colors and textures of the people. And of course, culture includes attitude and tone of the people working there, which we would argue is dramatically affected by the energy exchanges. So here's another way to get at it. Think about a time in your life, I'm sure you have them, where everything works fine. It's smooth, relaxed. Maybe you're playing music, maybe you're doing sports, maybe have a wonderful, loving, harmonious relationship, if you're very lucky and blessed, just think of an area, one area in your life that works. And I would suggest to you that that's a harmonious exchange of energy. It's a dance. It doesn't have to be perfect, but by and large, it's beautiful and you enjoy it. I think what happens to us as human beings, we don't understand the energetics and patterns of that, so we can't apply it to other areas in our life. It just kind of happens. Well, I like playing the guitar. Well, this is my best friend. So we have these isolated moments of harmony and biofield compatibility, but we don't understand what's really going on. And our work, of course, is designed to discover, well, what's really going on? Why is that working for you in that moment? And can you learn to apply it in other moments? Now, what we're discovering, much to our delight, is you can teach people how to become aware of the biofield. Anybody, ordinary people, regular street folks, right? And as they do become aware of this energy field, everything starts to shift for them. First of all, it improves your physiology. Just becoming aware of your biofield changes your biochemical cascade, right? Your heart rate, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. That's kind of a light version of simple meditation. You don't have to meditate for 40 years, right? To have an impact. You can simply be open and aware of this wonderful energy in your own being and let that impact your body. Well, if it impacts your body, it's impacting your psychology. What we found is it's very hard to be grumpy, upset, ticked off, angry, anything negative when your biofield is fully open. And it's very easy to do those things, those negative things, when your biofield is contracted. Isn't that curious? Right? Simple gesture. Do it again. Open your hands, please. Now open them really wide as you can. That's comfortable for you and your own shoulders. And just imagine that you're sending your energy to everyone on this planet. Everyone and everything. All beings. Light, love, energy, beauty, wisdom, whatever you want. Take a moment. And perhaps you might feel that some of that energy is coming back to you now. It's open to receive it. And let that go. Simple 10-second exercise. Exchanging our biofields with all the biofields around us, including humans. Now, don't get me wrong. The more aware you become your biofields, you can sometimes get in trouble. Right? What I mean is some people don't want to know. They want to stay closed and tight. And if you're open and flowing in front of them, it's a challenge for them. I think it's their problem, but it can be a challenge. You have to be aware of that. Okay. So as we learn, and we're just at the edge of this discovery, we just started this experimenting and teaching a few years back. We're seeing that it's a combination of all these things: traditional Chinese medicine, certainly my Aikido practice based on the martial arts, certainly meditation, that there's so much in common. We're just beginning to find common language. In October, Kara and I are going to be at an event in south of France, a conference called Making the Invisible Visible. What are we talking about? The biofield. If you want the classic definition of the biofield, let's use one word: love. There's no intellectual definition that defines properly love. But if you're lucky enough to have love in your life now or in the past, or ever in the future, it's a feeling that's profound. And I would submit that that's the classic example of biofield exchange. I think we'll leave it there, Kara.
Yeah, it's really beautiful, Dan, and it's amazing how much you can feel in just a short exercise as well, and opening it up. And and I think a lot of people listening will have some indication or experience with that, but I think just learning to tune in that next level deeper can have a profound effect for people. So I really encourage people to check out Dan's work and courses at the biofieldawareness.com. And I'm going to ask the tech team to put that link into the streaming comments as we go. So thank you so much. So now I'd like to introduce my dear friends and sisters, and actually colleagues on this project. that we call Amplify Each Other's Light. And so this is a project we've been working on for 2 years now, and we've done our first prototype run of the course. And so it's really a delight and an honor to bring you ladies on with me today. And we're going to be doing a very fun activity and activation. So I'd like you to meet Sasha Sorath. Sasha's a radiant soul dedicated to her art and the transformative power of expressive movement and empathy. As a certified resident healing practitioner and facilitator of empathy, expression, and gathering, Sasha guides individuals on a profound journey of self-discovery and connection. She weaves relational neuroscience, somatic movement, and transformational principles together, creating a unique and captivating experience for all who encounter her work. Sasha's gatherings are now available on sashasoraffdance.com. And we have Reverend Catherine Alana Frazee. She's the owner of Violet Vibrations Quantum Transformation. Reverend Catherine is a Hawaiian shaman, feminine power coach, planetary healer, and uplifter who has studied with Dr. Claire Zammit, Sarah McCrum, her Thank Money, and David Router's Energetics. She believes that when every person is living their purpose, humanity and all life will be lifted to a new level of love and consciousness. You're not alone. Together we rise. The world needs your gifts. Be the change. Share your superpowers. That's you, Catherine. So say hello, Catherine. How are you today? How are you feeling? Unmute yourself and say hello.
Oops. Hello, everyone. I'm so happy to be here and share all the love from my heart to yours.
Thank you so much. And then now I just would like to turn it to Sasha. Sasha's going to tell us a little bit about the overview of the program and before we go into the activity. Hello, Sasha. Thanks for being here. You got to unmute yourself too.
The unmuting. It's my honor to be here. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Great.
So, amplify each other's light. Here we are, and we just had this experience of Biofield awareness with the extraordinary Dan Spinner. Thank you so much for bringing that forward and into our consciousness and into our space right here. There were so many things that I heard you say, and this is so much a part of what EarthStock is bringing forward, that we are relational beings and that we are doing the work of creating the world that we want to live in, knowing what the world actually is like and what we can bring forward. And there was even something in the movement you were doing about the energy going out and the energy, being aware of the biofield awareness, having biofield awareness as we're in this moment of sending love out to the entire world and bringing it back in. And really amplify each other's light is about the experience of being connected, recognizing that we all have light, and knowing that sometimes our light gets dimmed when we're alone, when we don't have support to be with us as we take our steps forward to bring forth what we are here to bring forth. So we're going to do a little gift exploration right now. Amplify Each Other's Light is a group created by a group of sisters across the world who wanted to make sure that we had space to bring our gifts forward, and we wanted everyone to have that. So we created a community, and this idea of what goes out, what we're sharing from our heart, and what comes back through our heart into us. That's what we're going to explore with gifts. So just take a moment to tune into your heart, knowing that you are a living, active being connected to all other beings, and that you have gifts, some of which you know really clearly and some of which are probably still getting realized. So one of the really important things as we think about wellness in the context of EarthStock, as we talk about sustainability, is how do we sustain ourselves so that we can bring our best energy, efforts, and love forward without getting burnt out. And in that sustainability, there is this sense that we've been talking about, what goes out, what comes in again. And if you tune into your heart right now, what is a gift that you share with the world that makes your heart sing? And tune into that and actually feel your heart singing as the energy of something you are offering to the world. And at the same time, know that the world is acknowledging you, that you are being acknowledged, that this is a two-way, at least two-way, multi-directional experience. Your gifts matter. They contribute to the world. At Amplify Each Other's Light, we believe that we all need and deserve the support to let those gifts come forward. So with that, with a sense of the gift you are carrying inside yourself, may we invite everyone in, and Reverend Catherine Alana and I will share what we're here to do. Thank you. It's really wonderful to be with you all. And it's really wonderful to be with whoever is witnessing this broadcast. Just know that your energy is part of this. So Amplify Each Other's Light believes that we have these lights that can get obscured, but when we recognize them and when we communally share them and receive reflections back, they get amplified. We get more energy to do what we're doing in the world. Amplifying Each Other's Light can take lots of different forms. Today, Reverend Catherine and I want to offer a couple different ways of doing that. And rather than saying more, we'd love to just jump right into a demonstration. So is someone willing to share their gift? Say out loud what came to mind when you thought about the gift that makes your heart sing. It can be something you do professionally, or it can be something that is really quiet and beloved in your life.
I can share.
Oh, real. Thank you so much.
So for me, I think a gift for me that I give and I bring to the world is that of grace.
Will you say it again?
It's that of grace.
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 So thank you for sharing that. And everyone just take a moment to actually receive this experience of grace with this being, Fariel's grace that emanates. And we'll ask Reverend Catherine, my sister, if you would amplify.
I would. Fariel, I feel deeply in my heart that the grace that you exude from your heart and your mind and your body and your soul just permeates wherever you are. When you walk in a room, everyone can feel your special magic. And I just want to acknowledge that, acknowledge the beauty in your heart, and acknowledge the love and the grace that you shine out from your heart to the world. Thank you so much for being who you are right now. on this planet.
How does that feel to receive, Ariel?
It's incredible. It's amazing because I think you spend lots of time, pouring that out. And I think that just that reflection of being seen is so powerful and just so loving.
Mm, mm. So glad that that's what you're receiving.
Touches
And
this idea of not being, you don't have to be perfect, right? You are loved and accepted as you are.
yeah, I'm just taking a moment. I think so many of us feel that sense that we do have to be perfect, that we, first of all, what we're doing for our communities, for the planet, for that which we love is so important that we want to, of course, do it perfectly. We don't want anything to go wrong because we know that there is so much at stake and so much possibility, but the perfection is an illusion. What is real is the connection. And I heard you yesterday on the beautiful discussion on that broadcast talking about being relational first, being related and connected and know about each other before you jump to strategy and tactics. So let's amplify a little further. Is that okay? As you're sitting with this energy moving through you, and as you're talking about grace, and as you're talking about being just as you are, accepted and welcome, as you pour out grace, is there a movement that you could make with your hands, a gesture that comes to you, that pours out of you? And can we join you? Can we all join you and amplify that movement of grace?
Please do.
Oh, wonderful. And as you experience all of us with you, seeing you, holding the grace that you bring forward, the being who you are, not about perfection, being exactly who you are, needed on this planet right now, doing gorgeous work in your way. Just take in what it feels like to be amplified, that we're all holding that with you. And as I go on and invite the other folks who are here to have this experience, I invite you to let this amplification keep moving through you. So grateful.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Fairy. When we get sustained in this way, we are sustained to do the work we are all doing here together. And Dan, I see you next on my screen. I wonder, in this really enlivened field, what's the gift that makes your heart sing that you're willing to share with us?
Well, that's easy for me, Sasha. I talk to trees and they talk to me.
Wow. I love that. I love it.
Oh, Reverend Catherine, would you be willing to amplify?
Oh, absolutely. Dan, you're a man with my own heart. I live in a magical redwood forest and I love my redwood trees. So what I feel from you is that immense energy And what comes with the trees is the wisdom, the ancient energy and wisdom of the trees, and the just everlasting, all out, everywhere you are, love, because the trees connect to all the trees on the globe. And we are one. We are all one in heart, mind, and soul. And there's so much love, and love is the answer. And I feel that deeply from you, and I feel it deeply within me. And I think everybody here that is on this broadcast all has the same in their heart, that love is the answer. And we're galactic beings. We are just here to be in one with each other, in unity and community. Thank you for what you do on this planet and exposing and bringing forth the awareness of the biofield. I really appreciate you.
Thank you. Thanks, Reverend Catherine. And Dan, is there a movement that wants to come forward? Mm. Mm.
It's opening to receive the wisdom of the trees.
Yeah. Well, and it's almost like hearing you talk about the biofield and shared biofields, and knowing that there's heart connection and there's heart connection. It feels like, it almost feels like you're inviting us in to that relationship that you have. I don't know how it feels to you, but it feels like we're all stepping in with you to receive with deep humility that which is known in ways far beyond we have ever guessed.
Well, as our indigenous friends would say, literally, the trees are our relatives.
Yeah. Trees and their relatives. Thank you for giving us the opportunity to amplify this. Thank you. Carmela. Want to presence Carmela as someone who was part of and is part of the Amplify community over time. And we have witnessed you have so many experiences and moments of bringing your gifts forward, the gifts that make your heart sing, including A Womb with a View, including your book that is now available in the world that has such an important message. So glad that you're here today. And I wonder if there's a gift that you would be willing to share with us.
I think the gift that I bring is awakening. I've always felt like I'm on a different path than everybody else I've encountered in my life, and understanding the freedom of that being an individual frees up others to awaken their own authenticity and just not wear the masks anymore, just let it all go and be free.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. And I wonder if Reverend Catherine Alana has an amplification.
I do, Carmela. I have to say that when we were together, you were more than an inspiration to me. And I totally feel you, see you, and hear you in your uniqueness and your gifts. Why you're here right now on planet Earth for the collective consciousness to really bring in that awakening to all of us who maybe some aren't there yet, but we need your voice and all of us to participate in this shift of the ages. So thank you so much for your heart and your soul and your magic that you share with all of us, and that womb with a view, the courage it took you to get that book done. I'm going to tell you, you are such an inspiration to me. Thank you so much for being who you are right now. Mwah.
Well,
And so as you receive this, is there a movement?
it's a great big stretch of just opening up.
Mm. This is an amplification of awakening. And when we add the movement to the languaging, to the energy, we are allowing our full bodies to participate. Thank you so much. I just want to jump to Patty now.
Thank you.
What's the gift that makes your heart sing as you bring it forth to the world?
Excuse me, when you asked that, Sasha, the two words that came to me almost simultaneously were understanding and acceptance.
Mm.
And I can be in a place where I don't know anybody, where I'm different than other people, and feel very comfortable and accepting of everybody.
Mm. Oh, what a gift. Thanks, Patty. And just so we stay with time, I'm going to invite Reverend Catherine to just be very succinct in deep expression.
Very succinct. Patty, I feel you, and I believe that that is the evolution of you, your soul, that you share with the world. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Catherine. Appreciate that.
Patty, what's a movement that comes forward?
Well, the one that comes to me is just kind of like an opening. All that energy, that biofield energy that Dan was talking about, connecting us with everybody in the universe. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
If you're watching this broadcast, I hope that you join us right now, because as a way of acknowledging and deepening the amplification one step further, we're going to take this moment and we're going to do the amplification movement that we have for each of you. And we're going to do that all together. And if you are watching this broadcast, please do your own movement. So we have this sense of grace. Fariel, we're letting in the grace and we're letting it pour out, and we're seeing you in doing that. And then we're recognizing Dan being in sacred exchange with trees, feeling the energy, feeling the vibrancy, feeling the honor of this. Carmela, stretching into awakening And then expanding into the understanding and accepting and acceptance that Patty brought forward. Amplifying is a community that supports everyone who participates to be seen for who they are, to be amplified for the gifts they know about and the nascent gifts that want to come forth, that need to come forth. Amplify is a community that provides the support both on the energetic level, on the witnessing level, on the accompaniment level, and on being with you every step of the way as you get clear on how to bring your gifts forward and do the work you're here to do in the spirit of sustainability for yourself, for everyone you love, for everyone in the community of Amplify, and for the world. So we would love to invite you, anyone who is watching this broadcast at any time, to join the Amplify community. And there is a website where you can join the mailing list. And if you join, we'd love to gift you with a special meditation, a heart-centering meditation that opens you up and prepares you to bring your gifts forward that Reverend Catherine created. We'd love to gift you with that. And we'd also love to tell you about a special event on September 10th, where we will be gathering as the Amplify Each Other's Light community and sharing our gifts and taking action with each other's support to bring it forward. So grateful to be here and to get to amplify each other's light. And I'd like to pass it back to Kara, to whatever you have to add.
Thank you so much. Such a heartwarming and fun exercise, and just really embodies the essence of the community. So thank you so much for sharing this. I just want to share that I will put in the chat of the stream that Carmilla's book that she's written is ready to be published on Amazon.com, and we'll put that link in there, Womb with a View. And then the Amplify Each Other's Light website is hosted with the Hague Center as our organization that's hosting us. So it's the www.thehagecenter.org/amplify. And then you'll see the little place to put your email in to get your free gift and for more information to join us on the 10th. And I would like to be able to share my screen, please. And so that just about wraps us up for today. So what's happening next is, if you want to be amplified, if you're watching right now and you want to join us in the conversation Zoom room, as we have open every day this week after this transformation hour, I'm going to show you how to do that in a second on the EarthStock website. So you just go to the EarthStockSummit.com, and then you click on either the blue watch button or the broadcast menu item. And then if you scroll down a little bit, it'll say the conversation. And then there's a link there to join us right in the Zoom room, so you can be with Dan and Sasha and Catherine and be amplified. And so join us there. I think there's some people waiting for us there now. And that'll be a wrap for today. I think I would love to send us out with Ring of the Bell.